Has anybody guessed my shirt?
Oh yeah, what's I mean, you might as well. They're not gonna guess. You might as well show.
Who's gonna guess my shirt?
Haunted horse shirt? There you go.
Yeah,
Nice.
but I cut it.
What a
but
piece
I
of
cut,
junk.
I cut the neck. So-
Yeah.
You cut the neck. You cut the neck.
Yeah.
Really?
I got to. Yeah, I cut it so it needs to be. I can't do a man's shirt.
And I'm like, I'm 18 years old. I'm like, no, I'm good. And I'm an idiot. So
Good call. Oh my gosh.
I really want to touch myself. All right, here comes Tyler. That wasn't me, Hawk. That's
Well, hold on.
that's
Before you
bacon.
put
That's the site that gave me the haunted horse shirt, by the way. Does not surprise me at all.
Hey, I have nothing to do with that. I have nothing to do with this
Haunted
tradition, none of
whore. I get my shirt. I had it all lined.
Next.
It looked perfect.
Next.
You approved this design. I said I approved the design, and then I got it, and it said haunted whore.
who the hell cares?
Said what?
It said haunted whore. I have it.
Where is it?
It's back there on the shelf.
Oh my God! How come that's not in a frame?
And you know what? You know what? Everybody wanted that. Tiffany, who's no longer
I
with
will
us.
pay big money for that.
There were people that wanted it, and they wanted to outbid each other for it. I think Bird Dog. I forget. who
Hello, we're
wanted
talking about goods from you. Let's.
it. Yeah, well, it was. When I debuted that, because I opened it live.
No. Well, do it live. Do it live.
I pull it out, and I'm like,
Live!
and I hadn't seen it yet, so I'm like, okay, here's the debut of the shirt. And I pull it out, and I turn it around, and it says haunted whore.
Oh
The
my
SE got
God,
cut
that
off.
is classic.
Haunted horror. Cindy told me to auction it. She did. But you know what? I'm waiting for the day I can just
Oh,
poop in my pants.
there is
and no one
Ryan.
will say
Ryan is
anything.
there. Heck of a group here. Driving. Can I get a rhino marble, please?
All right,
Yeah,
yeah. So
we're-
I
we're-
thought he
we're
said
moving.
that.
There he is. Okay.
That's the one thing with the Friday show. We do have a hard out because the audience will start changing. I will start seeing Tedora,
Yeah.
Kamani.
You
people that
said
only
hard.
Show up for
Hard.
Friday.
Ryan was. I had a little too much wrestling today. Romy talked about wrestling for like an hour, and then I flip over to Ryan, and he's talking about wrestling. I'm like, come on,
I gotta get you guys fixed here. Get you.
Hi.
I have herpes.
bacon.
Bacon.
I have
Bacon.
herpes.
Bacon. Hey, Rome wants to say hi, Bacon.
What's up, pig?
Oh, I haven't heard from Pork in a while or something. I have herpes.
Bacon.
Bacon.
We've had technical issues,
herpes.
but we are getting there. So hold on. All right. I'm just a
there
girl.
they is.
All right.
Change.
All right.
right.
Welcome, Gail and
Right.
Heads from Bacon. I don't have Heads from Bacon on the screen
I have
because I
herpes.
forgot he was coming in. All right.
And
so here we are.
I have
All right.
herpes.
Here we are.
Thing sucks.
Yeah.
And
right.
I'm an idiot.
Six. Close.
I have herpes.
This guy is fucking stupid!
And I'm an idiot.
This one's from Vice.
herpes.
People won't stop pooping in New York City's public
And I'm an idiot.
pools. That's a great story. No,
I mean, seriously? Can't give some people anything nice and new.
pooping in the pool.
Get your
Oh my God! I just think about the old diabetes guy, the old guy with the mustache.
Diabetes. Yeah, because like during the filming of all those things, you were hearing a lot of that.
Oh, you had.
No, cut!
Did it really?
5, you have diabetes and you're on Medicare, you may qualify for a free meter from Liberty Medical. If you have type 2 diabetes like I have, you're confronted with choices. You can choose to feel sorry for yourself. I hope you don't. I hope you choose to get involved with a good doctor. Find out some things about diabetes and your own body in the bargain.
Named Captain Pastrami. I just want her to stop using filters.
He just reset it recently too. It was just on. Anyway,
Really?
keeping me in a
here's
state
my
of neglect
impression
and
of,
disrepair.
someone who's
My hair has grown wild and bushy, and I am unkempt.
It is me. It is me. I am back. Yeah. Next time I go on vacation, I will have a fill-in host or hosts. I just did not have time to make that happen. So that will be the longest break we have in the history of the show, I'm guessing. Okay, I am back. Peter's first.
You won!
And Gail is the loser.
So you get nothing. You lose.
Gail, welcome to the show.
Good day, sir.
Gail had her surgery. I DM'd her over the weekend to see how that went. Her Friday the 13th surgery. Jason. Is that Jason Friday the 13th? Anyway. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. I gotta get my audio level up. Boy, oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. So, today's show, no weird news. I mean, if I run out of stories, I'll do weird news. But tonight's episode is titled The Vacation from Hell. Yes, The Vacation from Hell. Darren's here, Peter's here, Gail's here, Nick is here with Unwar Burn Dog. I don't think Burn Dog's here to see that. Or he's lurking. Is Haunted Horses wearing 38s? What are 38s? Oh, no, pants? No. I didn't gain any weight. Partially due to The Vacation from Hell. I have notes, and I didn't finish. I'm only on day 3 of all the things that went wrong. And it was a 10-day vacation, and I'm only on day 3, so I'm going to have to wing it. I got a new hat, but I can't wear it for the show because you can't see it. But I can go to the Jiminy Cam, because there's no green screen filter on there. This is my turquoise Bonaire established $14.99 Dutch Caribbean hat. I like the color. I got a lot of compliments on this hat. But I cannot wear it for shows when I'm running a green screen because it will be invisible. Just like, oh wait, I'm not using the invisible cup. The other cup is the same color as the hat, and it's the invisible cup, but I'm in the blue cup. Boy, I missed you all. Jay's here. Does that hat say Vacation from Hell? No, it does not. Full disclosure, the vacation was not, I'm saying The Vacation from Hell. It was more of a mixed bag. It was not all bad. It was not all good. It was the mixed bag vacation. It was more bookended by bad days. The middle of the vacation was actually quite fun. But the front and the end of the vacation were The Vacation from Hell. All right, so let's get into this thing because it's going to take me the whole show to break this thing down. So, let's recap, rewind a little bit. Last show I did for you guys was, what was it? Was it Wednesday night? Did we do a show, Darren, Wednesday night? I think I only did Monday and Tuesday. Because I had to pack and I had to get things ready. So we didn't do a show on Wednesday. So I didn't do a show Wednesday, day before my vacation. So, yes, no show Wednesday because I was traveling on Thursday. So I didn't work Thursday. I took a day off. So, do a show Tuesday. I go into work Wednesday. The last day before I go on vacation. And got a lot of work done. I had to get some stuff done, make sure it didn't fall into my boss's lap to have to get it fixed. So Wednesday afternoon, I go turn in on my paperwork. I tell everyone I'm leaving, and I'm out of there. This is Wednesday the 4th, February 4th, Wednesday. Clock out, sayonara, adios. And I come home and I start getting some stuff ready. So I've got lists night before vacation list. So the last things I need to pack and get ready that I would have needed in a week. I couldn't pack them early. Like my swimsuit got packed a week early, right? Because I'm not going swimming. But, like prescriptions and stuff like that. So Wednesday afternoon when I get off work, I'm fucking doing all this shit. My wife's still working till 5 p.m. and I'm getting stuff ready and do blah, 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 going down the list. Checking things off. And then I've got a list for the morning of. And we've got to get up at 3 a.m. Usually I get up at 4:30 a.m. for work, so it's not as hard for me to get up at 3 a.m. as it is my wife who usually gets up at 7. So we're running late and whatever, and we're trying to get everything. She's trying to get everything, and we got to get up at 3 a.m. So get everything as good as it can get. Try to get to bed about 7:38. What would that give me? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. That would give me 7 hours. And you can rest on the plane and everything else. So we get to bed at 8. And we're pretty much ready to go. And about 10:30, I wake up from my slumber. And I'm cold. Like cold. Like I'm chilled. Which is odd. But it's enough discomfort that I'm like, you know what? I got to heat back up. I'm freezing. And so I go up and take a hot shower. I go up the stairs. I'm going to take a nice hot shower. And I'm going to warm myself up. And then I'm going to get back in bed and get another 4 hours of sleep. Or so I thought. No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go up and take a hot shower. And then as I'm drying off, I vomited. Like, oh shit. Like, bend over the toilet and do one of these. So, I'm like, uh-oh. I don't have my uh-oh drop. That's a coming attraction. I do not have a tablet right now. It is not stolen, but I cannot use it right now. That's coming. That's at the back end of the vacation from hell. You're like, what? Why don't you have your tablet? Wait, you have your tablet? It's not stolen, but I can't use it. No, it's not broken either. It's indisposed of right now. That's coming. That's the end of the vacation is actually the worst / best part of the story. So there you go. Teaser. The end of the vacation is really bad. So anyway, back to 10:30. So I take my hot shower to warm up because I'm chilled. And then I start throwing up. And now all of a sudden, I'm having anxiety. Yes, I have anxiety disorder. And 99.9999999% of the time, it's under control. It's easy, I deal with it. I got breathing exercises or whatever. But I'm sick. And I'm supposed to get on a plane in, 10:30 in 10 hours from this point that I just threw up. So I'm like, okay, maybe I just ate something wrong. I didn't feel good. I'm going to go back to bed. And it's going to be fine. So I go back to bed. I do fall asleep. I wake up at 2 and I'm just nauseous. I'm sick. At 2 a.m., I'm sick. And I'm laying there in bed. And after about 10, 15 minutes, I realize I'm not going to get an hour of sleep. So why even try? Let's just start being productive. So I started getting stuff ready. But I'm full-blown sick. I do not feel good. And I'm supposed to get on a plane now. Let's see, at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I've got 5 hours before I get on a plane. And so my anxiety's through the roof. It's just through the roof. And the way I'm going to deal with the anxieties, I've got stuff to do. I've got to get stuff to do. I got to set out cat litter boxes because we got people that are watching the house and they're going to take care of the cats. And I've got to put out extra litter boxes because they're only going to come over every other day. And yeah. So there's that. So yeah, you shared a bug in a steel tube with strangers in the air. I did not think I was contagious. I'm still thinking it's food poisoning. So I'm like, this is just an upset stomach. I don't feel good. It's something I ate. And I had eaten sushi Wednesday. Was it Wednesday morning or Thursday night? I ate sushi. I was like, okay, it's got to be that. It was contaminated. They didn't clean the knife very well. Something. So I'm thinking food poisoning at this point. I don't think flu. I don't think COVID. I'm thinking food poisoning. Something I ate. I'm going to power through it. We're going to get through. Now, in hindsight, I think I had a bug and I shared it with in the steel tube with strangers in the air. Yes, I think it was not food poisoning, but I don't know this yet. And of course, anxiety makes me really nauseous. So I'm thinking the anxiety is just exacerbating the food poisoning. So I get up at 2 a.m. and I'm getting everything ready, and I'm glad I actually got up an extra hour early because I'm moving at about 30% speed right now. I do not feel good at all. And so I'm able to do this stuff, and then I come upstairs and I'm sitting in front of this fan that I keep by my desk. And the fresh air blowing in my face is the only time I don't feel nauseous. So I come up here, 5 minutes with the fan, then I go do something, come 5 minutes with the fan. And I'm really sweating it because there is nothing worse than being sick except being sick while you're traveling because you don't even have the comfort of your own home. So anyway, we got to power through this. And so 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 3:30 we get in the car, we go, and I'm nauseous as hell right now. And I'm driving. I feel crappy. I'm now on like 3.5 hours of sleep. And driving to the airport, and I'm just like, I do not feel good, and I'm making sure I'm not sleepy behind the wheel, anyway, that was the longest fucking drive ever, like 35, 40 minutes, but it felt like an hour and a half. So we get to the airport parking lot, I get the bags out of the thing, my wife's like, oh, the little shuttle bus for the airport is there. She's like, oh, the shuttle bus is here, and we can make it if we, like, get over there quick. That ain't going to happen because I turn around, I go over to the chain link fence that goes around the long-term parking of the airport, and proceed to hurl again on the chain link fence in the ground in front of it. So, now the only good thing about that is when you hurl, you feel good for a bit, right? You get that there's a name for it. Endorphins or whatever, the vomiting endorphins. So you feel good for a bit. So at this point, my anxiety's through the roof. I'm hurling. We're going to the Silver Bullet. My happy pills, lorazepam, something I haven't taken in a long time because I simply haven't needed it. But you know what? In case of emergency, crack open the bottle of pills. So I pop a lorazepam. It's going to calm me down. First of all, I couldn't do it until I got to the airport. Once the car's parked, now all of a sudden I can because I can't drive with that stuff. I can't drive, and I didn't want my wife to drive. So I pop a fucking lorazepam. And we get to the next shuttle bus comes. We're on the shuttle bus. And the good side effect with lorazepam is it's got an anti-nausea in there. So I started feeling, I feel better. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to get through this. I'm going to get through this 6-hour flight to Miami. And we're going to make it. So I've got 4 relatives waiting at the airport. They're on the same flight as us. So I've got 6 relatives total going on this cruise with us, plus us. So that's a total of 8 people. 4 of them were going to be on our flight, and then the other 2 were coming the next day. So we fly out 2 days early. So I'm not getting anywhere near them because at this point I am realizing I think it's food poisoning, but there's a possibility I could make others sick. So I'm not going to get my relatives sick, just the people sitting next to me on the plane. But I still think it's food poisoning. And I'm hoping. This might be the power of hope. I've convinced myself it's food poisoning because that's the best case scenario. Because if it's not, not only am I going to be sick, my wife's going to be sick probably a few days later, and then the chain reaction of this. And here's the thing with cruises. I don't know if you know this. They're scanning for temperatures, like fevers. They have scanners in the areas looking for people with a fever. Cruise lines are terrified of two things. They're terrified of COVID still, and they're terrified of norovirus. Both of those throw a fever. So they scan. They don't let you know they're doing it, but they scan you as you're walking in the hallways and whatever. And anyone that has a fever on the heat scanner gets pulled aside. You have to fill out questionnaires. You got to, take some basic tests. So I'm not worried about me because we're 3 days away from the cruise, 2.5 days. I'm more worried about giving it to my wife and having her be sick and us not being able to go. So we get on the plane. And about 2 hours into the plane, I'm just kind of just keeping to myself. Now, I have no coughing going on or anything, and I have no fever. So, once again, I'm still thinking food poisoning. And at this point, I'm starting to lose it a little more. I go to happy pill number 2. We go with 2 lorazepams. Now, here's the side effect when you get to the 2 or 3 lorazepam mark. They're 0.5 milligram. You get amnesia sometimes. Now, usually it's the third one. Third one guaranteed amnesia. 2, it's like, eh. So I didn't have full-blown amnesia, but I do have some foggy spaces where I don't remember much. So anyway, I went to happy pill number 2, about 2 hours in the flight, hour in the flight, somewhere in there. And I'm letting my wife know because I need to let her know so that if I forget something, and I did later that night, I forgot a lot, but if I forget something, she knows why. So like, oh, okay. So get to Miami Airport, get our luggage, get an Uber. This is where I start to lose my memory a little bit. And get to the hotel around 7 p.m. their time. Miami. So now we're on East Coast time. I go to sleep at 7 p.m. I don't wake up the next day until 13 hours later? I did the math. It was 15 hours later. I slept 15 hours. So, but before I go to bed, so we get there at 7 o'clock, I take my temperature, 101.7. Uh-oh! Yeah, now I do have a fucking full-blown fever. 101.7. So I did make the decision. I'm not going to take any Tylenol. I'm not going to take any Advil. I'm going to try it. I've got 2 days to get rid of this fucking bug, whatever it is, before we get on that cruise ship. So the good news is we have a suite. So I can go lock myself in the bedroom, and she can go out and watch TV. There's a kitchenette. There's a living room, and she can watch TV and hang out there, and I can sleep. So I slept 15 hours. So now we're into Friday day. I wake up, go have a little food. That's doing well. The nausea's gone. But I've got some other symptoms. I got some double vision, which is weird. I don't think I've ever had that. Since there's 2 of them. Close up, there's no double vision. I'm talking to my wife. There's not 2 wives there. Wife number 3 did not become wife number 3 and 4. It's just wife number 3. But anything in the distance, like a bird or a plane or even a car in the distance or whatever, is 2. It's 2 for me. And I am fucking exhausted. I get 15 hours sleep. We go to the store. I grab a sandwich, like a turkey sandwich from their deli. I buy some sunscreen, all the stuff that we're supposed to get when we get there that we don't take with us. And then I go back to the apartment, the hotel suite, go back in the bedroom and get another 4 hours of sleep. So I've got 15 hours. I'm getting another 4. Then I'm up. We go get dinner, blah, blah, blah. Just another sandwich from the store. We didn't go to a restaurant. And then I go back and I sleep another 13 hours. So I am like getting massive amounts of sleep. And I'm still worried. Oh my God, I hope my wife. Once I had the fever, I'm like, okay, I could be contagious. This isn't food poisoning. It's something else. So I get another 13 hours sleep. Wake up the next morning. I feel pretty good. I still have the double vision. I'm still tired, But all my my fever breaks overnight. So by not taking the Tylenol and ibuprofen, I just let it break on its own. Let the body do its thing, heat my body up, kill whatever's infecting me, and God, that talk sounds like how my stomach was on day one. Hey, you're gonna throw up. So I've got, on my first 2 days of vacation, I've got close to 30 hours of sleep, give or take. So I sleep through most of these 2 days. We get down there early in case there's weather. That's why we go early. But in this case, it was great because I was able to get over this thing. So I'm still worried about my wife catching this. But I wake up the next day, and now it's time to go to the cruise ship. I haven't had a fever now for over 24 hours. I feel pretty good. I've still got some double vision. I'm still really tired. I'm fatigued. But I feel like, okay, I'm like 80%, 85%. We're good to go. Still, as a precaution, I took some Tylenol and aspirin, and my wife took some Tylenol and aspirin, because what I didn't want is her to start coming on with these symptoms as we're going through the line, get pulled aside, and they say you can't go on the cruise. Yes, I'm being extremely selfish. No regard for anyone else but me and my wife that have saved up, paid for this 2.5 years waiting cruise, right? So the good news is, I'll spoil it. She never got it. No one else ever got it. I was the only one to get it. So whether it was contagious or not, I don't know. But no one else got it that I was around. So, but my anxiety's still something I got to deal with the next 3 or 4 days, because it is now, I've had enough anxiety attacks at this point. Now they're starting to cluster together, which is what typically happens. You lose your confidence that you can control it. So let me see if I'm missing anything in the notes. Nap, sleep, fever, get to the hotel suite, go to bed 15 hours, another 13 hours, 4 or 5 hour naps in between that. So we get on the ship. That was easy. Got on the ship. I feel good. She feels good. We're good to go. The only symptom I still have is I'm sleeping a lot. Whatever it was is moved through my system, but it kicked my ass. It walloped me pretty good. So the fatigue or being tired follows me for another 2 days. But slowly but surely, I get enough sleep and we're good, and it's not affecting the vacation. So then, of course, Super Bowl. I'm fine. We watched the Super Bowl on deck. At the top, I have the picture. I posted a picture before it started. Where's my ex profile? So, of course, normally that wouldn't be a bad thing, right? Super Bowl, cruise ship, Caribbean, all there, except for the fucking Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. There's me before the Super Bowl starts. So I'm smiling there because it hasn't started yet. 0-0. But that's where we watch it. And by the time Super Bowl starts, that sun is dipped below the horizon and it's dark. So, of course, the first quarter, it's fine. It's still close, whatever. And then, halftime, it's 12-3. We stayed up there. We, meaning my wife and I, stayed up there until, I think the Patriots had 2 more series after the halftime. I'm thinking, okay. And they looked horrible. And I'm like, okay, it's over. We left at 12-3. About 3, 4 minutes, 5 minutes into the third quarter, we're done. So I didn't watch the rest of it. Fuck the Seahawks. They can go fuck themselves. Bunch of fucking idiots. And, I'm in a bad mood the rest of the night because fuck them. I hate them. And so, whatever. I wake up the next morning. I'm over it. It is what it is. By the way, I did block Darren for 72 hours. I did block him. So I didn't see, if he tweeted at me, I didn't see it for 72 hours. And then I unblocked him. I unblocked him around, let's see, Super Bowl Sunday, I unblocked him around Wednesday evening. So, if he did anything or talked about the shows or anything like, I didn't see it. So unblock him Wednesday. So anyway, Super Bowl. So next day is another C day. I'm still taking a couple of naps in the afternoon, but I'm not sleeping a ton like I was before. Good. Now all of a sudden we have the good part of the vacation. But don't fret. There's more bad stuff at the end with the kicker. The worst of the worst. You're like, wait a minute. Worse than being sick and having 101.7 fever and flying and sleeping for 30 hours in 2 days? Yeah, worse. Worse than that. So Monday after Super Bowl, another at C day. So we're doing stuff, and I get to take a couple more naps. And then the next day we are in Curacao, Caribbean, Curacao. We do a snorkel. Now I'm still having problems with some anxiety, but I don't have to take the pills. But I'm waking up not in a good place, and I have to kind of get myself there. I'm worried about going out on the snorkel ship because of the nausea earlier in the week. I'm like, oh God, I hope with the double vision and everything else, I was hoping that my equilibrium wasn't off and I was worried about getting seasick. Normally I wouldn't worry about that, but because I was coming off of that fucking kick-ass, whatever the hell it was, virus, bacteria, whatever, I was a little concerned. I didn't really want to be out 3 hours on a snorkel trip and be sick to my stomach. So I was anxious about how I was going to feel. Went out, felt great. So within the first 30 minutes, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. I've got this. And of course, I got my happy pills in case I need them. Snorkels, great. It was fun. Took some videos. I've got some underwater videos. Can't access them yet. The same reason I can't access my tablet, because what's coming at the end of the week is gonna prevent me from seeing all that stuff for a while. So, next day, Bonaire, where I get my hat, my invisible hat, the Bonaire hat. More snorkeling. I'm still anxious in the morning because the anxiety attacks do tend to cluster. So when you have a couple, then you tend to have a bunch because you lose your confidence. So woke up really anxious again, had breakfast, whatever, and I started feeling fine after a couple hours. But that morning anxiety sucks. It really does. Especially when you're on vacation, you should be enjoying yourself. So we go snorkeling Bonaire. Awesome. We go to a beach. There's a little weather, so the water's rough, but I feel fine. No seasickness, whatever. But it's rough to snorkel. It was so I ended up just kind of hanging out swimming, and I got video of all this, and I've got my underwater camera and everything else. And later, someday, you'll get to see it when I can access it. So great day. Saw lots of flying fish. That's the one thing with Bonaire. When you go out there are flying fish everywhere. They jump out, they freaking fly along the water. They go like 100 yards and then they dip back in, and there's schools of them. Really cool to see. If you haven't seen flying fish, they're fucking amazing. What's up, Dino and V? I had the vomiting earlier. Vomiting, great equalizer. So, Bonaire, good, but I get sunburn. Pretty good. And I had sunscreen on. It just, when you're down by the equator, I'm putting on SPF 70. I still got burned. So I got burned on my back. Not severely, but burned bad enough to where we canceled our next day. Aruba, my favorite island, we were going to do another snorkel. My wife had some sunburn. I had some sunburn. I thought, you know what? We're not bad now, but if we go out again, we're going to be torched. So we woke up and we canceled the excursion. And Carnival was nice enough to get us a refund. You're supposed to do that 24 hours in advance. We gave them an hour and a half in advance. But apparently there was a waiting list. So they're like, yeah, we got someone else that'll take your tickets. We'll give you full refund. So we thought we were going to lose the money. We didn't. Thank you, Carnival. Appreciate you taking care of us. And so they gave us our money back, and we just went into town and kind of did some sightseeing and stuff. But luckily we didn't get under that sun again, because I think we really would have been torched. And there were a lot of people on that ship that were sunburned. We kept seeing people with really bad sun, much worse than what we had. So we hang out at Aruba. We get done with that. So now we're 2 sea days back to Miami. So still doing good, but the second to the last day, my wife, sunburns are a historic ass. Right, Abigail? God damn right. Whoop.
Be real, Abigail. Is that you?
So, second to the last day, the morning my wife wakes up and she's got bites on her leg. Uh-oh! So I'm looking at them and they don't look like mosquito bites to me. Mosquito bites are a raised hole with a puncture wound in the middle, right? Spider bite, raised hole with 2 little puncture marks in the middle. These are raised bumps, like little clusters of 3 or 4 with bites in the middle of them, but they're like grouped together. And then there's another little grouping about 4 inches away, 3 or 4 little raised bumps with little puncture marks in them. And she's got like 3 little clusters of these on down around her calf and her foot and her ankle. And so here's the thing. I'm obsessed with bed bugs. I'm obsessed with them because I don't want to ever have them. I don't want to ever see them. I don't want to ever. So problem. But every time I go to a hotel, I always lift the mattress because I know what you're supposed to look for. You look for either bed bugs between the mattress and the box spring, or you'll see like bed bug poop droppings, or you'll see blood stains. So I'm always looking, and every hotel before we get any of our luggage out, I always flip that fucking mattress to see. So she's got these bites on her leg and these little cluster patterns or whatever. So I do a Google search immediately. Bed bug bites. It's like Big Head Bets, except it's bed bug bites. Bed bug bites. So, oops. So I don't have the sites that I looked at while I was on the ship, and I looked at it with my phone. But if you look at this, that's kind of what they looked like. Except they weren't as widespread as that. She just had like 3 little clusters. And it looked like this. This is what it looked like right there. Like that. So I'm like, oh, fuck. Are you fucking kidding me? So I decide that I rip this bed apart. Because I'm going to see if they're in there, then I'm going to call the fucking Carnival manager on board of the staff and say, hey, we got fucking bed bugs and you're gonna do something about it and you're going to pay for our fumigation and everything. So I fucking tear this mattress apart, all the sheets off of it, all the mattress protectors and everything else, and I tear this apart because I'm going to find a fucking bed bug. And I couldn't find evidence of anything. I couldn't find droppings, anything. So I'm looking behind the headboard. I'm doing Google searches, and they're like, oh, they can hide in like outlets, like power outlets or whatever. Well, there's only one power outlet on this cruise ship in your room. It's far away, but I'm looking everywhere. I swear it's bed bugs, but I have no evidence at all. I ripped this thing apart. It's a pain in the ass to put it all back together. I was not happy with myself because I didn't have a smoking gun. So I still think it is, but it could be a mosquito. There's mosquitoes down there, lots of them. You're in the Caribbean. They even carry viruses and everything else. It's possible, but I've never seen this mosquito bite pattern that is on these little clusters of bites. I'm like, and it could be like sand fleas because we've been snorkeling and everything else. But I'm like, man, it's bed bugs. So I've convinced myself it's bed bugs, but I can't find any proof that there are any. I've looked everywhere. I've torn the sofa apart, everything. So the next night, which is our last night on the ship, I'm obsessed with bed bugs. So I go to bed, and every hour I'm waking up like something's on me. Like I'm like, something's biting me. So I'm fucking taking my phone. I don't want to wake my wife. And I'm turning the flashlight on my phone and looking around my area, nothing. So then I'm sneaking over to my wife's side and I'm lifting up the sheets and looking down by her legs. I know, it sounds kinky, right? With the flashlight, Because they come out at night. They hide during the day. So I'm like looking, nothing. And of course I wake her up and I'm like, sorry. And she knows what I'm looking for. She goes, is there anything down there? I go, no, nothing. I'm looking on the carpet and everything, nothing. I'm waking up every hour and a half to 2 hours and fucking flipping the flashlight on and looking under the covers because I feel things crawling on me. No evidence, no proof. I cannot find it. But she did have some more bites the next day. I'm like, those fuckers. I know they're there. I just can't prove it. So now I am obsessed. Horror stories about how hard they are to get out of your house. So now I'm like anxiety again. I'm like, oh fuck, if one of these fucking bed bugs, if there are any, I still have no proof, crawled into our luggage. They're gonna come home. They're gonna lay eggs. And we're gonna have this fucking infestation that we're gonna deal with for months. So I'm like wringing my hands, like what to do. For 2 days I'm trying to come up with a plan. What am I gonna do? And I'm reading like if you heat up a room, one of the ways to kill bed bugs is like the exterminators will come in, they'll heat up a room to 140 degrees. They die at 140. The eggs die, the bed bugs die. So I'm like, I'm coming up with these weird ideas like, what if we get home and I take all of our luggage and clothes and put it in the bathroom and then put a bunch of space heaters in there and heat the bathroom up to 140 and kill them all? And I'm like, oh, that's fucking ridiculous. And then like how are the clothes in the middle of the suitcase going to heat up? And I'd have to leave it running and it's a fire hazard. So I go on to Amazon and I find this bed bug spray killer. And I'm like, okay. I start formulating the plan, which is still in action as we speak. So yesterday, and I've got a whole nother list of bad things that happened yesterday, but let me just follow up on the bed bug thing, and then I'll go to all the shit that happened to me yesterday. That was bad. Coming home. The day coming home was another shitty fucking day. So, of course, we've got to get the luggage into the car, so the bed bugs are possibly going to be in the car. I don't want to move the stuff. So we get home last night, and I say, everything stays in the car. What do you absolutely need? And she's like, I need my phone. I said, that's fine. We'll take it in. I'll take the case off. I'll look at it, make sure there's nothing hiding in a crevice or a crease of the phone. And she wanted her tablet. So I did the same thing with the tablet. So I'm more worried about clothing and everything, but I did inspect that. I took her purse and put it in a trash bag and tied it off because I wanted to deal with that later. And I thought there's a good, if one crawled into her purse or whatever. I do not want these fucking things in my house. So we left everything in the car. And we came home. We had to deal with the mess at home from the cats. And them getting fucking litter everywhere. Anyway, so we had to clean up the house. And anyway, so we get to sleep. So now I got to rewind to the start of yesterday. Because it was a whole fucking another day of bad. Bad. Like, just when you think there's no fucking way it could get worse, it does. It does. You're like, no way can it get worse. And it does. It's like, oh my God, it's amazing. I would have never thought of that. So, the worst day of a cruise, at least in our circumstances, is the last morning when you get off the ship. It is the long day. Now, when we first went on a cruise, we got a hotel, so we got off the ship, and then we got a hotel, and then we stayed another day, and then we kind of spread it out. But that even sucks, because you get off the cruise ship, you've got to be off no later than 9:30. Well, hotels don't even let you start checking in until like 3 or 4. So you got this fucking 6-7 hour window where you've got your bags, you can't do anything. I mean, it's just a pain in the ass. So we found just biting the bullet on the last day is the way to go. You get your fucking off the cruise ship and you get on the fucking plane, you go fucking home and just get it done. But here's the thing. The flights out of Miami, when I booked them, were either super early in the morning where we wouldn't be off the ship in time and over there in time to make our flight, or they're at night, late afternoon. So, of course, we got a late afternoon one. So here's the plan. This is the production that happens when you get off a cruise ship. We picked the latest time to get off, which was between 9 and 9:30. And we got a day use room. There's a site called dayuse.com where you can rent a hotel room for like a 6 to 8 hour increment during the day. And for people like this, where we're getting off the ship at 9:30, but our flight doesn't leave until 4:45. Asterisk. Our flight doesn't leave until 4:45. Asterisk. Get to that in a minute. 4:45 though. Asterisk. So we get this day use hotel so that we can go and hang out. You can take a nap. You can fucking watch TV. You're not sitting in an airport for 8 hours, which is fucking god awful. So I book an Uber to meet us at the terminal, the port of Miami, at 10 a.m. Book it the day before. 10 a.m. Uber. Confirmed. Your reservation's confirmed. Oh, perfect. We get off the fucking ship, 9:15, a little early. And so we hang out for 45 minutes, and then you get the alert, the Uber's going to be there, get over to where it is. So it's over in the sun. We're in the shade. We go over in the sun 5 minutes to 10 because this Uber's going to be there. And we're waiting, and no Uber. He's on his way, it says. On his way, says Uber. By the way, Uber, you guys fucking suck. I'm just saying. Uber sucks. And it's not a one-off. I didn't have one bad experience. I had a chain of bad experiences with Uber.com. So the whole reason you pre-book an Uber to meet you there is so that you're not waiting last minute and there's congestion pricing or there's not enough Ubers for all the people that need them. You've got 24 hours to make sure my fucking car's going to be there, Uber. So on his way. So at 10:20, which is now 20 minutes late, the little dot shows he's coming. And then I see the Uber because I see the license plate. I'm like, oh, there it is. And now it's traffic, so he's going like 2 to 3 miles an hour, but he's past me. So I'm like dragging my bags. I'm like, honey, I gotta go get them. I leave the bags there, and then I knock on the door, and I see that he's got 3 people in there. Little girl, 2 adults. He leans over. He doesn't even roll down the window. He goes, I'm coming back for you. I have to drop them off. So you're 20 minutes late because you're taking a fare in front of us. You greedy fuck. And you expect me to wait there, which I'm going to. Because what am I going to do? There's 50 million people trying to get Ubers. I'm not going to be able to get one. So this guy in maximum congestion, because all the people that are getting off now it's 10:30, 10:40. All the people that are getting ready to get on the cruise ship are starting to get dropped off. So you get this exodus meeting this incoming, and it's just fucking gridlock. This fucker took another 32 minutes to go a mile and a half. He had to drop them off and then circle back in all this fucking congestion. So our Uber was 50 minutes late. And I'm not going to light the guy up because I'm afraid he's going to say, then fuck you and leave me there. And I need him at this point more than he needs me. So I'm Mr. Happy. I'm going to be like, thanks. He's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, oh, I understand. It's not you. It's Uber. You're doing your best by double booking at the same time. Anyway, so we're getting in this thing 50 minutes late. Now we've been in the sun and we're getting a little torched because we didn't put sunscreen on. I thought I was going to be sitting in the sun, standing there with the Uber for 5 minutes, and it turned out to be 55 minutes. So we get in his Uber, and I'm kissing his ass because I just want to fucking get to the hotel, crash for a couple hours, 3 or 4 hours, and then go to the airport. So we start driving out of the port, and there's all this congestion, whatever, and there's a police over there, and he goes, it's the tunnel open. He's got an accent. He's from Haiti. The guy's like, yeah. He waves him in. We get in this tunnel. As we're coming out of the tunnel, the car starts going. Well, I didn't notice this. We're at a 55-mile-an-hour freeway, and we're doing 35. And I'm like, I'm not going to tell someone how to drive, but we've got cars going, yeah, honking their horn, as they're passing him and flipping him off. And I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. Then all of a sudden, because we're trying to go up over this canal, harbor, and so we're on an incline, and the car's going, and now we're slowing down to like 28, 25, and he's like over in the hazard lane, and this car's like going, and so he pulls over and puts his hazards on. I'm like, are you fucking kidding? We went a mile. We've got to go 10 miles to this hotel. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? We're 55 minutes late, and now his car broke down. His engine light's on. So I said, dude, it probably overheated while you were stuck in the traffic jam. I told him to turn off the air conditioner. We rolled down the windows. I said, turn your car off. Let the computer recycle. So we stay there. I go, give it a few minutes. So I set my timer. I said, don't start the car. Just let it sit there. And after 3 minutes, I told him, turn it on and let it idle. Don't fucking rev it. Just let it idle. Let the computer reset itself. Didn't work. He started going again. So he took us 9 miles to our hotel on a freeway that's 55 miles an hour where people do 70. We went 9 miles on the freeway at 35 miles an hour with horns blaring at us. My wife's in the back seat. I'm in the front seat. I'm worried that we're going to get rear-ended and she's going to get creamed back there. So the minute I think it's not safe, like people are getting overly aggressive or they're not. So I'm really like, at this point, like, what's the worst? Have them drop us off on the freeway and then look for another Uber. So anyway, he limped that fucking thing. That 10-minute ride took about 35 minutes. 30 miles an hour on the freeway. Cars just blaring horns at us. But we get to the hotel. The day-use hotel. Which was a fucking dump. There's like food crumbs in the lobby on the carpet. Like I can't even tell you how filthy this place was. It was gross. Like moldings missing in the bathroom and like food and stuff falling in the crack where the strip goes. I'm like, this place probably got more bed bugs. I turn over the mattress. I don't see any bed bugs, but I see like food crumbs and used condoms. Kidding. Not that bad, but close. This place is gross. And I'm like, let's just go to the airport. And my wife, she's like, oh, it's fine, whatever. So I'm like, I ain't getting under these sheets. I pulled the sheets off the bed. I put the pillows up. We watched the end of Hunt for Red October because it was on TV. This place was so fucking gross. It was like, it is just gross. It was sick. It was gross. I wish I would have taken pictures. So we stay there for 2.5, 3 hours. And then we take an Uber over to the airport. That actually worked. It was a mile, 1.8 miles to the airport. He got us within 3 minutes of me hitting the request. Took us over to the airport. Drops us off. Happy ending, right? Nope! We still got more problems. More problems because it hasn't been bad enough. The Uber being late and breaking down, staying in this fucking dump of a fucking gross hotel with food particulate all over the place. I don't think they have a vacuum in that hotel. The way that the carpet was so filthy, I don't think they have vacuums. I think they just fucking change the sheets and leave. So we get to the airport. 4:45 departure with an asterisk because it did not leave at 4:45. We get to the airport and we get up to where the airplane, and it's already delayed from 4:45 to 5:02. I'm like, 17 minutes, that's nothing. Or so I thought. So the plane gets in, and then all of a sudden it changes the time to like 5:40. And I'm like, uh-oh. They need to do there's a mechanical issue. So this plane flew in from somewhere, and while they were in the air, the pilots must have told them, hey, there's an issue with something. You're going to need to fix it when we get there. The flight ended up overly, with the multiple delays and not really telling us other than it's a mechanical issue, 2 hours delayed. Now, here's the only silver lining to this is I always take the day off when I get home from vacation. I always give myself a recovery day, whether it be for travel or just to get ready for work or whatever. My wife worked today. That was a mistake. She's not happy. So that plane that was supposed to get to Portland by 8 o'clock didn't get here until 10:30. By the time we got home and in bed, it was 4:30 Eastern time. It was 1:30 here, but if you factor in 4:30, it's 4:30 East Coast. Our brains thought it was 4:30 in the morning. So it was the shit. So let's go back to the bed bug problem. I've got 10 garbage bags full of our luggage, our clothes, which I've slowly been cycling through. I've got something from Amazon coming. The spray was here yesterday, so I've been putting spray in the bag and then sealing it up to kill anything that might be in there. I washed all my clothes in hot, but of course women, they've got clothes that you can't wash in hot because it does something to them or whatever. So I've got some bed bug laundry detergent showing up this afternoon in the next couple hours. I'm going to have to wash her stuff that has to be washed in cold with the bed bug stuff. My tablet is down in one of the garbage bags that's being fumigated. My cameras with all my HD video and everything, all that stuff. So I've got to slowly work my way through 10 garbage bags full of our luggage and our stuff because I don't want a fucking single bed bug to end up in this house because one turns into thousands really quick. So that's what I've been doing all day. I've been doing bed bug. I had to spray her car down once I cleaned it all out. And she wanted to go to the store this evening. I'm like, honey, you got to give that stuff 24 hours. If you go to the store and air it out, I'm afraid that anything in there is not going to get killed. So I talked her into waiting till tomorrow to go to the grocery store. So I don't know that there's bed bugs, but considering what bed bug infestations look like, I don't want that to be my house. So we're going to act like they were bed bugs. Whether they are or aren't, I'm going to nuke the entire contents of what we took on vacation. When we came into the house last night, the first thing we did was strip down naked, not have sex. Strip down naked and throw our clothes into the washing machine. Because I didn't want one to crawl off of the luggage onto us, if there are any to be even found, and enter the house. I mean, I am like obsessed with making sure that they do not get in the house. So, yeah, that was the vacation from hell. Like I said, it wasn't all bad. It was more of a mixed bag vacation, but definitely bookended with bad stuff. Me being sick, Uber's breaking down, flights with mechanical problems, Oh my God. Yesterday was long. Yesterday started with us getting up at 6:30 a.m. Eastern time. So if we want to convert that to West Coast time, 3:30 and not getting to sleep until 1:30. So we were yesterday, the entire event of yesterday took close to 24 hours. 24 fucking hours. To get back home and into the house. Have you ever been bitten by beach flies? I don't know, and that could be it. It could have been beach fleas. It could have been. We were on the beach. I don't know when she got bit. They don't itch. Island crabs. People ask me why I prefer camping to hotels. Hot Horse just told y'all. Right. Well, now I don't ever want to go on a cruise after this story. We've been on like 12 cruises. And they've all been great. But not gonna lie. Wow, you guys chat a lot. I didn't read any of the chat. I knew it was going to take the entire show to go through the vacation from hell. But it was still fun. I'll say this. Because we got to bed at 4:30 last night East Coast time. And I got up at 7:30. I'm at 7:30 our time. So I got 6-7 hours. I am tired. So I am going to go get off of this show, go take a shower, and I'm going to bed because I got to get up at 4:30 in the morning and go back to work. This is one of those vacations, and I'm sure every one of you has had one, where I'm more tired at the end of the vacation than when I started. I am not rested at all. So I've got to get through 3 days of fucking work to get a couple of days to recover from the vacation. I am tired. I am more tired at the end of this vacation going into work tomorrow than I was when I started. And it's not even close. So it was an ordeal, to be sure. And I've still got to process 10 garbage bags full of stuff to make sure that nothing is living in it. Bed bugs, whatever the fuck it is. I'm not kidding. It might not have been bed bugs, but it sure as hell scared me enough to where it made a lot of extra work. I've spent lots of time today getting stuff sprayed and put into bags and laundered. I laundered my stuff on the hottest of hot water, and then, of course, anything that would survive that would die in the dryer because they can't handle temperatures above 140 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yeah, I've been a bed bug assassin, if there are any. Anyway, there you go. 5 shows this week. I don't know about the DJ show. I know Cindy's going to hate this. I don't know what Friday night's going to be like. I need to get through the week first. Like I said, I am fucking gassed. And I'm going into my work week. And, yeah, it is what it is. And I still got bed bug problem that I'm trying to unwind. So we got some wedding thing we got to go to Saturday, which, not going to lie, it sucks. I kind of wanted a 3-day weekend where I could relax. We have a chance of snow on Thursday. If it snows on Thursday and they call work, then I got to work Friday. That would affect the DJ show. That it's weather dependent. Tony's home Fridays now. Yay! So tomorrow, Waterhole, third world problems crack me up. Night all, says Abigail. What do beach flea, you know what do beach flea bites look like? Beach flea bites. Let's see, what do they look like? Could have been, I mean, they kind of look the same. What if it was just beach fleas? Why does every bite look the same? If I put in fleas, it'll look the same. Oh, look at this. Come on, meat-loving sea fleas. That's fake. You're not going to be all bloody like that. Look at this. She doesn't look happy. Beach fleas look like the same bites that I was looking at. Sand flea bites. Wait. Are there beach fleas in Bonaire? AI mode. Are there beach fleas in Bonaire? Yes, there are sand fleas, also known as sand flies or no-see-ums in Bonaire, though their prevalence is generally considered lower than on other Caribbean islands like Roatan. These tiny biting insects are most active at dawn and dusk, particularly in areas with little wind. Anyway, it could have been anything. But I'll tell you what, if it was fucking bed bugs, I'm not taking any chances. I am not taking any chances. They are going to be dead. Dead, 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 dead. I can cover Friday and Saturday. Oh, there you go. Darren's going to cover Friday and Saturday if he needs to. I love it. Boner fleas. Boner fleas. Is that like island crabs? We have them in Santa Barbara. My favorite part about the Olympics, everyone has a nice ass. That's not bad. All right, water holes tomorrow. I am not looking forward to going to work. I am not. I need a vacation from my vacation, but like it or not, I got to go to work tomorrow. That sucks. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. I will be back tomorrow. We'll go back to the format. I've got weird news stories. In fact, because I didn't do shows forever. Check out some of the ones I found today while I was looking. Women are dumping dates over viral celebrity crush test. Like you tell your woman who your celebrity crush is, and then based on that, they dump you or keep you. Florida man makes tacos from frozen iguanas. We fart twice as much as previously thought, study says. Those are the kind of content you can look forward to this week. Okay, everybody, I'm going to bed. Vacation is over. Back tomorrow, 5 p.m. Late.